Nomzamo Winifred Madikizela was born on the 26th of September 1936 in Bizana, a rural village in South Africa. When she was still a teenager, Winnie enrolled in a Johannesburg college to study social work. After qualifying, she was offered a scholarship to study further in America, but she declined. Instead, Winnie opted to work at Baragwanath Hospital, becoming the first black social worker to be employed there. It was around that time that Winnie met Nelson Mandela, a senior member of the African National Congress. The two married in June 1958 and had 2 daughters. During the first years of their marriage, Mandela was routinely arrested for his anti-apartheid stance. Winnie, who also became involved in the struggle, was detained several times by the police.
One of the last times was when she came here to address stuff about the publication of her book, of her imprisonment. And how it was mind-blowing how those who assumed to know Mam Winnie took a step back and thought we actually didn't know about her own personal suffering, about the torture that she went through. And I think for every society, you need such people who lost their innocence in the process of restoring dignity to the many. And she is one of those people who lost herself in the process and sacrificed a lot of herself in order to ensure that she gave a lot more sanity to others who needed it most, dignity to those who needed it most, and to restore a sanity to our country.
After Mandela was sentenced to life in prison in 1964, Winnie continued to play an active role in the fight against apartheid and became known as Mother of the Nation.
My mum used to speak about the strength of Mama Winnie, the fact that she had kept the struggle alive for all of those years, more than 27 years that Madiba was imprisoned, at a time in which she was banned, at a time in which patriarchy and capitalism and racism and every element of oppression that could have been had surrounded her. She never collapsed.
But the arrests, torture, years of separation and social upheaval took their toll, and her marriage to Mandela was irrevocably damaged. The couple divorced in 1996, having spent few of their almost 4 decades of marriage together.
I still idolize her personally. She was not an angel. She had mistakes like all of us. But the enemy failed to break her. She had this thing of being able to say what she does not like in a way that would not destroy another person. But if she feels you are naughty, she would discipline you nicely. And I just love her open heart and her acceptance of a lot of things that have happened in her life.
Winnie's public profile continued to flourish. She was elected president of the ANC's Women's League, and when Nelson Mandela became South Africa's first black president, he appointed her Deputy Minister of Arts, Culture, Science and Technology. Colleagues remember her as a disciplinarian who didn't stand for any nonsense, and until her death, she was respected for her role in ending South Africa's oppressive policies.
Firstly, protective. Very protective. Yes, very strict. Ensuring that everything is done at the correct time. When you are supposed to organize a meeting, correct time, arrangements, accommodate, everything has to be done properly so that you have a conducive meeting, and understanding your terrain. And those are the skills that I gained from her and many of us. Fearlessness.
Yolisa Njamela, CCTV, Pretoria, South Africa.